As a single lady still swimming in the dating pool and who wants to get it right in marriage and with her choice of a life partner, there are certain basic core attributes that your relationship with an intended partner must possess, failure of which you are to view them and act upon them or act accordingly, because those are red flags that will definitely cause a lot of issues in your relationship. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Hepzibah Nieto. If you're just joining us for the first time, you are welcome, and thanks for stopping by. Please remember to subscribe to my channel so that you'll get notified when next I drop a video. And if you're a returning subscriber or viewer, you are so loved. Thank you also for stopping by. Please also remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so that you'll also get notified when my next video drops. Today, ladies, I'm going to be sharing with us those core basic requirements that are very vital for any relationship to grow, to do well, to thrive, and to be of mutual benefit to both partners involved. But first of all, let me state here categorically that the way God designed relationship, especially that which is between a man and a woman at any stage, He created the man or the male to do the hunting. Men were predominantly created to do the hunting, to do the chasing. They are the ones that are required to go find. Your own as a lady, your requirement or your responsibility is for you to make yourself available to be found and to prepare yourself to be found, to make yourself make yourself to be seen by somebody who is worth your time and worth your energy to find you. You are not the one who should go do the finding or who should go do the chasing. That being said, there are some core vitals that your relationship should possess in order for your relationship to do well, to advance, and to be of mutual benefit to the both of you. The first on the list is daily and regular communication. I mean, a man can never be too busy for the woman he wants and the woman he loves. So if you're with a man who is giving you a green light today and maybe yellow light tomorrow, who is not consistent, who is blowing hot and cold, a man who is full of excuses all the time, who gives you excuses and makes you feel guilt trip you on your need or on you demanding constant and regular communication from him and between the both of you, then that should be seen as a red flag. Communication is to relationship as blood is to life. Your relationship needs constant communication to survive, no matter the stage of the relationship. Even if the both of you are just at the talking stage or you have advanced to something more serious, you two need to always be in constant communication with the both of you. And most especially if you are having a long distance relationship. If the moment your relationship graph begins to go down, begins to swindle, then that relationship is almost as good as dead. So your relationship needs constant and regular communication. I mean, except he's at the war front where, or he's doing a job where his phone he's restricted from using his phone for some hours of the day, of which when he comes out from such a terrain, he should try to make it up. But except he's doing a job like that, I mean, there are many avenues during the day for him to call you. First thing in the morning, last thing at night, when he's using the loo, when he's driving to work, or not driving, or when he's on his way to work, maybe when somewhere he's in a vehicle where another person is doing the driving, when he during his lunch break, he should find deliberate times to call you. How was your day? How have you been? Have you eaten? Hope you are good. Have you heard from your people? These are basic questions that should be asked almost on a daily basis by somebody who claims to love you, somebody who desires you, and who claims to have your best interest at heart. Somebody who desires to hear from you will not give flimsy excuses on why he shouldn't communicate with you at least 2 to 3 times a day. The second on the list is your partner should be able to pay, should be able to provide your core basic needs. Now, your core basic needs. Now, this is no room for you to become unreasonably demanding on your partner. But when your partner invites you for a date outside, please, ladies, let him pay. Don't go paying for the date, for the lunch, for the drinks. Even if you are richer than him, don't start off on the wrong foot. Let your partner pay. Let your partner pay for the meal. let your partner pay for the date. Make him to be financially responsible from the day one for the both of you. The man has been given the God given responsibility to provide. Please don't take it away from him, because that will become a burden and a heartache to you in future. Let him pay. Don't be wasteful, and don't be over demanding, and don't be exorbitant with your spending that day. But please, whatever the both of you eat should be paid for by the man. If he cannot and will not pay for whatever you people consume while you both are out on a date, please, that is not a man you should take seriously, and that is not a man that you should advance to any further step in your relationship. Please let the man pay for the date. The third on the list, the third requirement, and these requirements are like the barest minimum. These things are not rocket science, and they should not be far fetched. These are things that should come naturally for any healthy relationship between two matured and intentional individuals. The third on the list is, as much as possible, please, ladies, don't visit him at home, especially when the relationship is just kicking off, when the relationship is at its talking stage, when the relationship is just starting out. Please don't visit him at home, and refrain from cooking for him at home. Please don't come off as desperate. Don't come off as somebody with low self-esteem who is just looking for just any man to fulfill her fantasy of being in a relationship. Don't visit that man at home, and don't go cooking and cleaning for him or even his family at home. At least for the first 6 to 9 months of a relationship, things should be done with mutual respect in mind. When things become more serious, and when both families have become aware of your relationship, then you could do that. It should not be seen as your responsibility that without it, the relationship is meaningless. No, it should be like a gift, a spontaneous act of service to your partner, not your responsibility. The next on the list is your partner. At some point in your relationship, if he intends and he claims to be serious with you, should be able to introduce you, not to everybody, not to the whole world. I didn't say you should go and put up a billboard maybe somewhere to announce that he's in love with you or something. No, but he should be able to introduce you to the core people in his life. Core people like his pastor, his mentor, his boss at work, if he has that relationship with him or her, and then his family at some point, even if the parents might not be involved until you guys are ready to take it to the next step. But his one or two of his siblings should know you and know your stand and your status in his life. Yeah, his friends should also know you, but sometimes when a man is cheating and when a man is unfaithful, you find out that his friends know, and they will always do their best to cover the tracks of their cheating friend. So that he introduced you to his friends should not be enough for you to lose your guard in that relationship. Make sure that the basic people and the most important people in his life know about you. If a man always preaching and always demanding that you keep your relationship with him a secret, and nobody in his life that is of importance to him knows about you, please, sister, you are being scammed. That is a major red flag that you should confront and address immediately. No serious man who wants something serious. Let me tell you, sisters, when a man meets his wife, I can tell you, for most men, within the first 1 month to 3 months, at most 6 months, he knows. So any man stringing you along beyond that, or more than that, and hasn't introduced you formally, who hasn't spoken highly of you to the people that matter most in his life, that man should not be taken seriously by you. Then the next tip I have for you is, please, ladies, keep your horniness and sexual urge under wraps. Take sex out of the equation at the initial stages of your relationship. You have no business, like I stated earlier, to visit the home of a man with whom you already have emotional entanglement and emotional um, relationships with, because that will only set you up to be used. And no matter how spiritual or anointed either of you claim to be, you are still in the flesh, and things of the flesh can still, betray you. So as much as possible, let's take sex and all forms of immoral physical touches and all that off the table. Take it off. Tell your man and tell your partner at the earliest point. It's like an alibi. Tell him that I won't be doing this and I will be doing this for now till so and so time during the course of our relationship, so that he will know. He will not expect what you are not willing to give. And when you say no, he will either pressurize you or guilt trip you, gaslight you, making you feel bad about it. So tell him that for your own sanity and for your own respect and for your own safety, both medically and otherwise, please, ladies, take sex off the table. Take it off the table. The last on the list, and this last tip is usually overlooked, but I can tell you that any relationship that is devoid of this particular one usually suffers in the long run. And this tip is, make sure that the person you are dealing with, make sure that the man you are dealing with is emotionally mature, emotionally intelligent. And this emotional maturity and intelligence just goes way beyond just day-to-day living. He should be emotionally mature and intelligent for and responsible for building and keeping a romantic relationship that should be serious and should lead to something else, something greater. So make sure you're dealing with a man who is emotionally mature and intelligent, a man who knows how to handle things as a man should, especially when the times of disagreement and misunderstanding creeping, the times when you have we women, when our mood swings come into play. He should be able to handle that with so much emotional maturity and intelligence. A man who can, protect you, and a man who can defend you and make you to become the best version of yourself. Make sure you are not just being carried away by the physical attributes of the man and maybe financial prowess of the man. Make sure that the man is mature. Make sure that the man is emotional and psychological antenna is up, running, and healthy. You really need this in the long run, except it's a relationship you don't intend to be serious with, or you don't intend to take a step further. If it's a relationship you hope will lead to something more serious or even marriage, please make sure that your partner is emotionally mature, intelligent, and compatible with you. And okay, of course, one more tip, one extra tip: make sure that your medical both of you match medically, that your medical backgrounds and history align, as well as every other tip that I had previously outlined in this video. Make sure that all these things come into play, and I can bet you that if all these things are in place, your relationship is set for the highest ground. Until I come your way next time, thank you and God bless you. And remember to click the subscribe button if you have watched it this time, so that you can get notified on my next video.